Welcome to the second season in the Premier League, and this time round we'll have some European competition to keep us busy. So there were moments within the last season that we played where I felt like there weren't much going on, there weren't a lot of games, even though we were actually relatively decent within the cups. But this time round we're going to have some European competition. So whether that means we need to increase the depth of our squad, that remains to be seen. But let's kick this off as usual with a club vision and expectation meeting. So the club would like to discuss the long-term vision and outline the initial expectations, both for next season and the years ahead. Competition objectives for next season are only provisional for now and will be finalised in the coming months. Let's have a look then. Well, work within with the wage budget, attacking football, entertaining football, counter-attacking football, and spend the original transfer budget, which seems slightly strange. Informational objectives then, build a new stadium, minimum of 4-year contracts for team players. That's quite interesting. 5-year plan then, continue qualifying for the Europa League, continue qualifying, continue qualifying, continue qualifying. So that's pretty much all that there is, all she wrote. So let's confirm it. Now then, we've got some initial expectations. So they want us to qualify for Europa through the league, okay. And then actually through this, it says because we got the Champions League rather, we could reach the round of 16 or we could reach a quarter final. Now just pay attention to the transfer and wage budget down there. Doesn't really do too much. So let's just stick at round of 16 because I'm not sure just how difficult this could be. So let's crack on. Let's see what we get. And then interestingly then, we've just got that the board announced a new stadium plan will go ahead. So it says the board of today announced that the club have been granted planning permission to build a new stadium. Construction of Colne Stadium will cost about 52 million. Although this figure will be offset by the 375,000 the club will receive by selling Holt House. The board have secured a loan of 52 million to help finance this. Additional funding for the project has been secured with a stadium sponsorship deal worth 26 million. They've also, just at the end of last season, I wanted to do another coaching badge and we're currently at Continental C studying for the B. Fantastic. We also asked for a new contract, which they're going to do too. Okay, so perfect time then just for it to stop. Just got some ongoing focus updates, so we'll take a look at them shortly. We've got our first financial fair play period for the Champions League. It says we made a profit of 86. We're able to make a loss of no more than 4.32. We're able to make a loss of no more than 15 for the league. So here we go. We've got a tax bill of about 8 million then of the upcoming financial year based on the financial records. The club's taxable profits over the past year been approximately 31 million. Commercial summaries then, these are the more exciting things. Well, we've got 2 new sponsorship deals this time around, 16.25 a year. Most notable is a soft drinks partnership 3-year deal worth 48.5 million. Annual revenue then, sponsorships 3.55 was up 599%. Corporate and hospitality 323,000 up 8%. Matchday commercial and retail was 253,000 but actually down a quarter at down 27%. Broadcast revenues 99.77 million up 2,800%. Competition prize money 40.58 million up 10,448%. Now total merchandise then for the season were 2.82 million. Non-domestics was around 282, so just around another 10% again. We sold a total of 39,000 shirts with Neff, Raphael, Mourinho and Aris Tekin. Interesting that with no Kren isn't on there anymore. So new budget then for scouting 390,000 again, so we're happy just to keep it where it is. It's absolutely fine, no problem there. And then one player that we are keeping an eye on at the minute, albeit is now at 136 million, is Jules Kabongo at Partheno. Now he is the star player. He's got 27 caps and 11 goals. He's on 300,000 a week. I mean, just look at those stats and look at the role abilities both in and out of possession. I think it's fair to say he's a fantastic player. Now, given he's a star player, I'm not sure we're going to be able to get him, and especially not given that we don't have anywhere near 136 million on our budgets. We have 35 million. And even if we drag that all the way over to say spend no more on wages, it's 47 million. So nothing really doing there. One of our coaches is going to retire. The loans are about to end. A couple of players are going to start wanting improved contracts. The usual now. It looks like we've got some work permits then that are just going to come in again as well. I'm pretty sure given that we've played enough of them, they'll get them no problem. And then if not, we can always allocate some SEs as well if we have to. No problem there. Neff can now speak good English. Fantastic. Hussein on the 31st, so anytime now. Neff also the same. Neff absolutely gets the permit. And we've got a new deal with him. albeit he wanted quite a lot of other bonuses, so he's agreed that. Zane's granted it. He's also got a different deal. I mean, look at the wage, not bad for a Premier League player. Edlund then wants a new contract, but we might actually look to see if we can move him on. Just get a little bit more cash to see if we can improve. And then it looks like the player of the month is Neff. Let's congratulate him. It's always worth doing that. We were the manager of the month too, so fantastic. Will we have anyone in the team of the season? Will we be even the manager of the season? Who knows at this point? It's like we've just got another new sponsorship deal there as well, so that's quite interesting. Looks like we've got some interest in some of our players with Newcastle and Barcelona wanting either Hussein or Anderson Francisco, so that'll be interesting too. Repayments then, another monthly repayments of $500,000 towards a 52 bank loan. I mean, looking at this now, we've got an overall remaining debt of 135 million. Ouch. New sponsorship deal with a local company, 95,000 over 4 years. Yeah, not too much. Some speculation there. And there, internationals. Mario for Real Madrid looks like he's the player of the season. So what we've just done there is we've actually just asked the board to improve the training, the youth, and the youth level. So plans then they're going to do is they're going to improve the training facilities, which will cost 1.8 million. Completion by November. Youth facilities then 650k by December. Improve the youth facilities, which will move up a youth level and cost in the region of 650k. Now, what I'm actually slightly interested in doing, I think, before too long as well, we'll be looking to see whether or not we can get a under 21s team, because currently we just have the under 18s, and I think the under 21s will be good for the players that aren't quite good enough for us, but it might be worth us looking to see if we can actually sell them on. So again, this is probably something that we will do. Now, I'm not expecting them to say yes straight away to that, just because they might want to actually work out and see what that's going to do in terms of extra costs along with everything else. Looks like Misho as well may want a new contract. Looks like he could still be decent enough. I mean, he played enough for his last season. So let's talk with the agent then. Let's say that we're interested. 28.5, 24, that's absolutely no problem at all given the situation we're in. Regular starter's a bit of a stretch. Let's see if he'll go for a squad player. No, he wants the regular starter. Fine, he's played enough. Again, no loyalty. I absolutely hate them. Appearance fee, yeah, we can help it. No and no and no. So 27, 34. Let's see if we can get him for just under 30. If we can get him actually on 30, if that's the case. He's coming down, so that's good. It's a good sign. 33, will you take 32? Yes, you will. So not quite 30, but near enough. And then it looks like on the 16th, that's when our transfer window's going to open. So that could get pretty interesting with teams wanting our players. Now, what I think we'll do on the back of that then will be to actually see if we do get some decent offers. I'm not going to say no to them straight away. I'm going to have a look at them to see if we actually need them, if we want other players. I've just seen there that the board are going to agree to add an under 21s team, which is very good for us. Again, it just means it helps the youth pass straight through the academy and all the way up, so that's fantastic. And again, if we do find some of these players like we have put in the past, the young guys from Belgium that we can get on freeze, or very cheap at least, that might be what we do there, just to try and pull a team together. And there we have it then, the window's open. So Anderson Francisco though, let's have a look. Absolutely not, because that is not worth an absolute bean. So let's see if we can also get him on another contract too. I mean, look at that, he only wants 4,000 a week. Yeah, absolutely, you can stay for that. 100% you can stay for that. Important player, fine, yeah, good. There's a lot of these. I mean, winning your Champions League, I can't see it. Carabao Cup, NXGN, not sure what that is, but sure. Again, they're not massive amount of money. Yearly wage rise, no. I'm going to put that up to 172 million. I'm going to say non-negotiable, thank you. They're absolutely fine as well, to be fair. Loyalty, no thanks. Ooh, interest. So I'm guessing then he wants that release clause to be less than where it is. So we'll try again before too long on that. Just losing some of our staff there, it looks like, to other teams, but they're going to be giving us slight bits of compensation there, so that's not too bad. Nothing too much in that then for me. Let's just resolve the contracts. Maybe not. So again, he's on contract with us till 2038, so we've got another few years at that, so that's no problem if he says no. Just see that we're starting to get some under 21 staff in as well. And if you notice down there on the 1st of July, we're going to get a player in as well that we actually negotiated last time round. So we've got the actual expectations then. Well, UEFA Champions League, I think we'll get to the round of 16. Premier League, FA Cup, I want to get to the semi-final ideally. Carabao, I want to get also to the semi-final. Community Shield, winner apparently. Okay, sure. Here we have it then. Well, this is Colne versus Liverpool in the Community Shield. Now, this is purely because we managed to win the trophy and Liverpool also won theirs. So we're going to currently we're going to line up as follows. So we've got Noah in the net, we've got Aris Tekin on the right, Salstadas centre back, Casper Friis, Anderson Francisco, Castro, Diaz Pereira, Mourinho, Rueda, Rafael, and Neff. Let's see what this is going to bring. And here we are then at Wembley. Let's just get on with it. Early kickoff, and it's ours. We've had some corners as well, but here we have a highlight for Liverpool by the looks of things. Milos Coquez, Vefari, Florian Wirtz, Musiala. Musiala Tekin just stops him once, but doesn't manage to stop him for the second time. So in comes Musiala then with the ball. Just comes inside, and Tekin fouls him for a penalty. What is he doing? You can't do that. It looks like VAR might be getting involved with that then. Just the message below, it said they were reviewing it. There we go, VAR penalty awarded. And who's going to take it then? Florian Wirtz against Noah. I'd imagine this is going to be 1-0, which is unfortunate given the start to the game that we had. And there we have it. Scores. You'd expect him to. 1-0 Liverpool. On behind. Highlight then. Looks like it could be ours. Aris Tekin with a throw in then on the far side. Goes it to Mourinho. Back to Aris Tekin. Aris Tekin to Rueda. Diaz Pereira. Goes for a long shot. Can't have missed by much, the game shows. For Faye. Taking the free kick then. Just plays it short to Musiala and plays it back to him. Quick 1-2s there. And that's the half-time whistle. So very unfortunate, really, to win the half 1-0 down. I know we're underdogs. We can salvage a draw from this match yet. We're only losing by a goal. And that we are. Quick look at some of the fitness. Mostly everybody's doing okay. There's a couple that are just starting to get a little bit tired, but nothing more than that. But we've got a free kick from deep then with Florian Wirtz to take for Liverpool. Ball comes into the far post. Before he manages to get his head on it. Liverpool just managed to head it in. It's like we're not even there. Shocking, really. Shocking. Rafael with it then. Running forward. Just happens to play it back. It makes you wonder if there was a through ball on there, possibly. Diaz Pereira. Rueda. Plays it out wide to this wing. Aris Tekin with it. Just needs to keep running into the box with it for me. Has a shot. Keeper saves. Highlight then. Rueda with a free kick just outside the box. Goes for the shot. Keeper spills it. As far as Rueda again cleared. Looks to go past the man. Absolutely can't. Loses the possession. Goal line technology. Is this a goal? No, it's not. Verbruggen just does enough. Another highlight then. Rafael with the ball. We need to keep this going quicker. Out on the wing to Francisco. Back to Rafael. Through to Rueda. Out wide again. We're going to look for a forward ball. Yes, we are, but Rueda could have been offside. Cross comes into Neff. Neff just touches it for a corner. Another highlight then. I've just seen that then. Afai with the ball for Bruggen. All the way to Salcedas. Aristekin. Castro. Plays it long to Mourinho. He manages to get the ball. Is he going to get it across goal? Yes, he is, but only out for a corner. Jacques then. Let's have a look. Rueda. No. Mourinho. Suazo on. Pereira. Marcus Vinicius. Anderson Francisco Mazinho. Aristekin for Eder. Castro's going to stay where he is. He may just swap those guys around. Changes made then. Neff with the ball. We have just put him out on the left rather than dead centre. Neff with it then. Just plays it back to Mazinho. Mazinho back to Neff, to Rueda, out wide to Castro. Mazinho again with it, Marcus Vinicius. Goes for a long shot, keeper saves it, corner. Corner then, Neff taking it. Ball comes in. Only has to Suazo, back to Neff, who's on his own. Has a shot, 2-1. Con lose 2-1 for two shocking conceded goals. Unbelievable. Should have won that based on matches created, and really there's no excuse for not doing so. That's about all we can say. Noah's had an absolute howler of a game by the look of that. Neff manages just to recover his rating. Okay, so I just thought we'd look at a Premier League game then. We're about to play Ipswich Town in the Prem, and this is currently how we line up. Well, we've got Noah in net, Anderson Francisco, Casper Friis, Salceda, Mino, Castro, Alberto Carlos, another Mourinho, Pascal Neff, Almiron, and Omar Hussein. Let's see how this is going to go. So we have to give Alberto Carlos a squad number because he's in on loan and we've just got him. Okay, so the last game that we played was in the Carabao Cup and we actually won 8-0. So let's literally say if we're going to carry the last performance into this match, we'll do well. I mean, you can't ask any more than that, can you? So there's our team. Currently, we're third there, as you've just seen. Sunderland not having a great start. They've yet to get a point on the board, but we're still very early into the season. And here come the players. Now, you can see Holt House is still very small, but we are actually in the midst of having a new stadium built. So that should be interesting, albeit it'll be in a couple of years' time. So, there's the team. And it's Ipswich to get us underway. Got a highlight then. Looks like it might be for Ipswich. Got Huescas with it. Throws it. We managed to head it out. Comes back to us again. Tipple manages to get it. Adaba puts the cross in. Header over the bar. Got away with one there, I think. There's another highlight here. Looks like they've got a free kick not too far away. And Pimpao looks like he might go for goal. He does. Noah manages to save it. Fantastic. Anderson Francisco clears his lines. Gets the ball out for a throw-in. Not a bad shot. We've got another highlight then. Noah kicks the ball long to Omar Hussein. But it gets headed straight to an Ipswich player, who then starts to play through the middle. Tipple then back out wide to Adaba. Abada even. Just tracking him. Ball comes in. Pimpao. There is no way they're going to miss that. Noah's completely out of position. 1-0 down. Not really a great look, to be honest. I mean, I don't know what to say about that, but that was just simply not good enough. Now, is he offside? Is he onside? There we go. VAR decision. Was he even close? Yeah, definitely on. And there we have it. Half time, 1-0 down. The momentum's completely with us. Just that small, tiny spell then, which led to the goal for Ipswich. So let's address the team. We're going to have to start berating them a little bit. So what was that? Get the act together and start playing like the favourites were meant to be. Exactly what we need to be saying. And let's get the second half underway then. Let's see just how this is going to end. So let's try and give some encouragement, because yet again, here's another highlight for Ipswich. And yet again, we've not really done much in the game yet. Casper Friis then picks up that loose ball. They weren't quite on the same wavelength, Ipswich players. And then we've got Mino just running down the left-hand side. Quick 1-2 with Almiron. Almiron's now running in. Is a cross going to come in? Cross comes in. Omar Hussein to score it up. 1-1. Should not have taken until 62 minutes, though. I'd be amazed to see where this camera is, considering that it doesn't look like we've got any wires anywhere. If you missed that, there's something wrong. Absolutely there is. Let's put Kurt Jacques on then, because nothing's going well there. Just change some of our players around. Things aren't quite working out as it stands. "65 minutes in then. The game's all even. Just made some subs in the centre of the park there, just because we were starting to get a little bit tired. I mean, Edison Francisco looks like he's getting a little bit tired as well, so let's just have a look at that if we can. Let's put Salazar on then. Oh, we can't, so that's that for the game in terms of subs. We've already used them all, so let's just get some encouragement then out to the team. Let's just change it to make it direct as well. Omar Hussein then with a free kick, hits the post. Kurt Jacques manages to collect the ball, passes it back to Omar Hussein. Kurt Jacques again, goes for a pass into the net, gets deflected. Looks like it might be out for a corner. Unlucky there. Looks like this could be one of the last actions of the game. Marcus Vinicius collects the loose ball. Guazo just tiptoeing forward with the ball, not quite sure why. Alberto Carlos, Marcus Vinicius. And again, loop the ball over to Omar Hussein, who just tries to lift the header. Not really sure why, if I'm totally honest, but hey, he's done it. And this is going to be a draw in the Premier League. Again, not really what we should be doing. We should be trying to win as much of this now as we absolutely can. And it looks like Ipswich are fully wasting time at this point. The longest goal kick known to man. Again, they weren't quite on the same wavelength then. Anderson Francisco picks up the ball. Through to Marcus Vinicius. Marcus Vinicius, Anderson Francisco. Just looks, puts the cross in, Solinho out with it. Solinho with the header, makes it 2-1 in the dying moments of the game. Is that 2-1? Flag stays down. Goal, 2-1 Colne. Absolutely just saved our bacon. Did well there to get this crossing because I thought this was getting blocked, but he just manages to release the ball before he gets tackled. Solinho out on his own, just at the back post for it, heads it in. Shouldn't be missing that. It's a fantastic goal and saves the team. There we have it then. Colne win 2-1. We'll take it, absolutely. And if we look down here, City actually managed to win. Liverpool got beat to Villa 4-2. Colne FC then versus Real Madrid in the Champions League. Now this is going to be very, very, very interesting. One of the greats of footballing world versus little Colne that came from nowhere. Currently then, looking like we're going to line up as follows. Noah in the net, Aris Tekin, Salsadas, Mazinho, Casper Friis, Castro, Alberto Carlos, Mourinho, Rafael, Neff, and Hussein. And we're away at the Bernabeu. So let's just see how this is going to go. We are approaching the halfway point of the season now, and things are going pretty well. We're within the top 3 or 4 teams in the league, and we're hoping to stay at the upper part of the Champions League too, to get out of this league phase and then start getting to the knockouts. Who's Real Madrid got then? Well, they've still got Jude Bellingham, who's captain. Vinicius Jr. they've got Erling Haaland, clearly from City at some point. They've got Mickey van der Ven from Tottenham. And then on the face of it, I don't particularly recognise many more players from within that. So, let's address our team. Nothing to lose here. We know how good we are. Let's show everyone. So Haaland's going to be a serious threat here, no doubt, if he's anything like real life. I mean, look at the size of the stadium. And yet little Colne doesn't even have an upper tier yet. Although we are building a new stadium, which could take a few years. So it'd be curious to see what it's going to look like then. So here we go then. And we've got kickoff, so we're playing in red, Real Madrid in their familiar white. Let's just see what this is going to look like. Early highlight then, looks like this is for us. Just knocking the ball around a little bit by the looks of things. Real Madrid looked like they were defending quite compact, but here we have Aris Tekin then, just looking to try and do his man a little bit. Alberto Carlos plays it out wide to Casper, who's on his own. Through to Neff. Neff takes a shot, 1-0 Colne. But if you look over there, the linesman's got his flag up, so we could be offside. And I think, to be fair, I think he did look like he might have been. And there we have it, goal disallowed. Still 0-0 then. Was he miles off when he made the run? Did any of the defenders come back in line with him? No, they didn't. Absolutely, he's offside. No disputing that one. So we've got a corner then. Neff's going to take it. Becker's going to have an in-swinger. Plays it towards the centre, gets headed out. Back to Rafael, back to Casper Friis again. He looks towards the back post. Mourinho is just unable to get it. Goal kick. Quite a lot of the highlights coming from him. Throws it to Neff. And then back to Friis. Is he going to put a cross in? No, he's just going to thread the ball to Neff again. Who's just going to come inside his man. Is he going to have a shot? He slams it, but I think it hits the post. And then we have Real Madrid looking to make a break. Casper Friis just manages to recover and we retain possession. Aris Tekin on the other side and the highlight comes to an end. So we do deserve to win this. But we are going to look at changing Alberto Carlos, I think. We're going to put Marcus Vinicius on. Aris Tekin looks like he might need to come off, so we're going to put Anderson Francisco on. A very good swap there. Let's get to the second half then. I've just seen another name there I recognise, so they've still got Camavinga at the minute. The highlight there, Marcus Vinicius, Rafael, Casper Friis, through back again. Who's able to run down the line is Rafael. Is he going to look inside? Just stops play back, Marcus Vinicius. Is he going to shoot? I thought he might. Okay, so I think what we're going to have to do there is we're going to try and stop that. He's well offside. Surely Haaland's offside there. Surely he can't be onside. That's what I thought. Right, so team instructions ends. Let's go a little bit more direct. Let's play wide. Let's discourage shots from outside the box. Let's progress through both flanks because, again, we're playing wingers, so we might as well at this point. And then let's just see how we can go from there. Mourinho then. Is he going to go past his man? No, he's just going to opt to play all the way back to his centre-back in Mourinho. Not particularly sure why. And then we've just given the world's shockingest pass going. And it's only the fact that Real were relatively slow with the build-up, but it did look like they put the ball in the net. But is he onside or off? VAR is going to check this. Disallowed, so we've had 2 offside goals now for them. So it looks like we might have another highlight straight away, more or less. Mourinho with a deep free kick. Not sure where we're going to go with this other than just pass it. Yep, thought he might. Anderson Francisco then. Sociedad. Plays it all the way back to Noah. Who then plays it out to Rafael, who's a good spot there, good pass. Rafael still with a ball then. Has a shot. Actually manages to score. What a goal that was. Went all on his own. We've got to praise for that. But Noah then does very well to see Rafael out on his own there. He's not being marked at all. Runs from halfway through our own half. Still not getting picked up. And then the moment he does, Real Madrid player steps up and he just goes past him. Comes inside the box and then just squares it across into the net. Not a bad goal with such a tight angle too. Surprising their keeper didn't even try to save it or even dive to the floor. Highlight then. Looks like they're trying to say we've handballed it straight away there. Referee's given a penalty. Penalty awarded. Must have been a handball. Not what we should be doing. Not what we should be doing at all. Now, this is likely to be scored because I'm not sure that Noah's going to save this, especially not when we've got Erling Haaland about to take it. And if he does his usual, he's going to absolutely smash this into the net. And there we have it. Very lucky because the ball comes off the post, but there's the game squared up. 1-1. And it looks like we might need to make some substitutions now. So Salazar needs to come on. Castro. Diaz Pereira. Mourinho. Suazo. Rafael for Almiron. Nope, that's it. That's the subs done. So we've got a highlight then in the 86th minute for Real Madrid. So this looks very threatening, I think. This could be where we lose. Bellingham, Mario. Finds Erling Haaland. Shoots. He scores. There is an offside flag again, just on the far side then that I've just seen. Players crowding the ref. VAR to check it. Is it going to be a goal? No, it isn't. Goal disallowed. We're saved again by VAR. Is he that far offside? Who's that? That's just steps up at the right time. Springs an offside trap. We'll get away with it there. Just playing the ball around the back at the minute. Van Loon plays it forward to Mario, through to Erling Haaland, out wide to Bellingham. Ball's going to come in now, and this is going to be a goal, I think. Really not sure with some of these clearances on this game what the heck that was. Because right at the death, we've been absolutely done in. But not so much any of this. This is fine. But when the ball comes in, Salazar there manages to get it, and then he just passes it straight to Mario. Mourinho then clears, comes off him, and Bellingham volleys it in. I'm not really sure how that even works. Because I think as a defender at that point, the worst thing you're going to do is put it out for a corner. So at a time then, we've got a free kick from deep. Anderson Francisco plays it to Diaz Pereira. Back to Francisco. Is he going to take his man on? No, he isn't, but Rafael's there on the right now. Puts the crossing towards the back post. Neff heads it. Might have made it 2-2 just to save our blushes a little bit. Nice cross there. And it has been given. Nice run from Rafael there. Not sure why Van de Ven, Mickey didn't actually do anything. Neff just comes off of the shoulder there. Defender's not aware he's there and he just heads it in. Does what you would expect him to do. Final minute then. And there we have it. Con Real Madrid 2-2. Proved a lot of people wrong in avoiding defeat out there. And I think that's fair to say, considering it's one of the greats in football. I mean, that's where we are now in the league stage. We're third, but we are already qualified. Well, not quite qualified, shall we say. We're in the qualification spots. We've got 13 points. Arsenal have got 8, and they're the next in the playoffs. Carabao Cup, West Ham, Wembley, it's final time. So things are going pretty well overall in the system and with the league and the Champions League this time round. And it kind of proves where the team's at, considering the number of goals that some of these players have. I mean, you can just look at a couple there. They've got more than 10 goals apiece, and the assists are something else. The ratings are all fantastic too for most of our starting team now. So again, we can't really go wrong with that. Neff currently is a sub. Now he's just come back as a result of some of his injuries and he needed some rest. And again, when you look at other players as well there, we've got a couple that have got fitness concerns, but mostly we're okay. Team for the final then, or at least for the starting of the final at Wembley, we've got Noah, Aristekin, Casper Friis, Mazinho, Anderson Francisco, Diaz Pereira, Marcus Vinicius, Mourinho, Kurt Jacques, Almiron and Omar Hussein. It is likely we'll bring Neff on, don't get me wrong. But it's also likely that we might have a few more players that we actually choose to bring on too. Now, I think you can tell from this here that when we look at our defensive midfielders, we don't really have anyone that's out and out. So that's probably something that we'll look for in this next transfer window at the end of the season. So let's get to it then. So let's get this game kicked off. So we are going to play in our red as we would expect. West Ham. Early highlight then. Cross comes in. Headed out. Just on the edge of the box there. West Ham opt to play it back. Omar Hussein nicks it from the West Ham defender and is now free to drive. Defender not really troubling him. Could do better with that. And here we've got a corner there. Mourinho's going to take it. It's going to have an in-swinger by the look of it. Cross comes in. Diaz Pereira with the goal. 1-0 inside 10 minutes. Pereira does well to get that, considering he's actually running onto the ball. He's attacking the ball, and the defender's actually relatively well placed. Another highlight then. West Ham this time. Just playing the ball back. Fernandez, Nebo, and then we intercept. Mourinho with the ball now then. Almiron. What's he going to do with it? Is he going to cross it? Is he going to pass it? He's going to pass it to Omar Hussein. He plays it to Mourinho. Back through to Kurt Jacques. Is Jacques going to shoot? Yes, he is. Keeper gets a touch on it, but it ultimately results in a goal. On 2-0 within 12 minutes. I mean, yes, we're only 15 minutes in, but we haven't had as near the ball as West Ham have. So they must be pretty wasteful with it. And we're absolutely taking our chances as and when it comes. Gittins then gets dispossessed again. There's a bit of the theme coming here with West Ham by the look of it. Aristekin manages to just keep hold of the ball after his failed cross. Cross comes in, Kurt Jacques scores. And we're now going to make it. The cross then coming in. Marcus Vinicius gets it at San Francisco. And back to him. Over to Diaz Pereira now. Out on the wing to Aristekin. Who's just going to drive. He's going to look to bring that cross in. Opts to pass it back to Pereira, who plays it into the middle to Mourinho, out to Vinicius. Vinicius has a long shot. Keeper manages to save it, pushes it for a corner. Just manages to do his man, plays it forward to Kurt Jacques, plays it back to him and back again. Some quick 1-2s there. Just looking for options. Kurt Jacques comes and helps him back out. He plays it into the middle to Diaz Pereira, who has a shot from range. Because at this minute, West Ham clearly aren't a match for us. We've got a highlight then. Vinicius now on the ball. Plays it through to Almiron. Out wide to San Francisco. Going to have another cross across the box here, I think. And another tap in possibly. No. Vinicius then into the middle. Back out to Diaz Pereira. Goes for a long shot. Gets us a corner. Potential highlight for West Ham then. Said Lincoln doesn't manage to get the ball. Jacques just intercepts. And then we're on the break a little bit. Almiron with the ball. Has he got any support? No. He's just going to play it back into the middle. Omar Hussein comes in. Has a shot. Keeper saves and does well to actually push it for a corner. That could have been 4-0 pretty easily then. And that'll be half time, 3-0. So absolutely happy with the number of shots. Let's kick it straight to the second half. I think we'll end up making a couple of subs here. Especially with our front line, considering it looks like we might have some potential fitness issues. But we'll just keep an eye on that as this game progresses. What I find interesting is Omar Hussein is yet actually to get a decent rating, but could this change? As we've got another highlight in the 52nd minute. Again, when you look at Mourinho and Jacques, they could be the two that we need to sub to begin with, just to help maintain their fitness. Mourinho to Jacques, goes for a shot, just puts it wide. Actually very unlucky there, to be fair. So what we're going to do now is actually going to start looking to replace some of our players. So Eder we're going to put on. Yes, Pereira. So this is our issue with our defensive midfield at the minute. We don't particularly have any depth whatsoever. So what we're going to do is start trying to put some of our defensive players into those positions. Try and get them a little bit of experience. I know they've got absolutely no role ability because they've just never played there simply. So let's have a look to bring Neff on then for Omar Hussein because he's not having the best game. And then let's bring Raphael on. And I think we're probably out of substitutions. Yeah, there we go. So we'll just give him a quick team talk. Let's see the result through. That's all we need to do, really. And there we go. Changes have been made. And we're actually now going to start wasting some time because the players are absolutely... Cross comes in, goes to the back post. Mazinho headed. It's not quite away yet. Header comes back in again. Was that a handball? Possibly not. Kutschak with another header. Keeper's going to claim that all day long. And I think that could be the end of the game. 3rd minute played, and there we have it. We've got the Carabao Cup, I believe, for the 2nd time in our history. And there we have it, champions in regards to the cup. Other than the possession, I think it was pretty clear the match was very, very one-sided. You did it, enjoy some celebrations. That was a resounding win. West Ham barely even had a chance from what we saw. And then just for a bit of info then from where we are, well, we're currently 1st in the Premier League, 5 points clear of Man City, who have played a game extra. So we're looking pretty good there, considering we're going to have 7 games left. And then we have got some bonuses there that we've just paid out to some of our players. Absolutely diddly nothing when you look at the value of that. Got some new intake as well, and it looks like we may have a single good prospect. So no worries, he's got a potential of 2.5, but then considering where a lot of our team is, he's probably good for another league. Crystal Palace FA Cup final. Let's see if we can win it. So this is currently our starting lineup. We've got Noah, Anderson Francisco, Salcedas, Mazinho, Mino, Diaz Pereira, Alberto Carlos, another Mourinho, Rafael, Almiron and Hussein. You can start to see now that as we're towards the end of the season and doing pretty well overall, there's a number of players now that have got wanted against them, which is to be fully expected considering we're a club that's towards the top of our game. So I'm relatively happy with that. We've got Neff that's on the bench, but possibly I might change him somewhere partway through. We'll just see how it goes. We could put him straight up front if we're totally honest. But let's go to the match. Let's see what happens. Crystal Palace then. So this is the lineups then. Let's just see how it go. Familiar 4-2-3-1 there, and here comes the teams. Let's go straight off to kick off. Crystal Palace get us underway then. Early indication game's going okay, but we've got a highlight here then for Crystal Palace. Corner comes in, only a short one to Camerson. Cool. Hussein manages to nick it, and we start to break. Looks like we've got a 3-on-2 at the minute. Cross comes out to Almiron. Almiron manages to collect. Is he's going to score? There's no way he should miss from that. Absolutely, he scores. 1-0 in the final, 16 minutes in. In swinger, puts it through to the middle. Don't manage to get too far, but Almiron collects the ball. Rafael plays it back to Mourinho, who has a shot and just manages to put it inside the net. 2-0. Actually surprised the keeper didn't get there then, to be honest. I said it was at the cross goal. Let's just make sure we see this out then. Another highlight then. Crystal Palace. We're going to have to look to try and be really daring now at this point. They've got about 10 minutes left. Initial attempt goes nowhere. To go with it. De La Rovere. Nice through ball to Schmulder. Now remember Schmulder. Schmulder scores. 2-1. So let's just bring the mentality then back to just being a little bit more cautious, because what we don't want to do now is ruin this. And there we have it. Colne beat Crystal Palace at Wembley to win the FA Cup. And then to round our season off now, we're going to have a game against Paris Saint-Germain in the Champions League final. Now, this could be very interesting. Either way, even if we don't win it for our second season, it's not bad at all, is it? Let's get this Let's get this Champions League on the road. So that's currently how we're going to line up. Now, Neff has been tired, but we will certainly look at putting him on at some point. And if we really have to, we might actually go all attacking as well, should we need. So, let's go to the match. And this is how the teams look. But they've got Bukayo Saka, Vitinha. There's still some big names even of current day, considering we're a few years down the line now. Here we go then. PSG get us underway. Bukayo Saka, Morales, Nwaneri, Vitinha. Highlight for PSG then. At least on the face of it. Keba, Garcia, Unari, Nwaneri's now with it on the left. Plays it forward first time to Negretti. Negretti looks like he's scored. VAR are checking this. It did look like he might have possibly been offside. If not, our defenders weren't as good as we hoped they'd be. Let's just check that. Let's have a look at this. So when the ball's played then, how far off is he? He's a little bit off. There's a tiny bit of daylight there. It's actually not as close as what it might have first looked from the other camera. Negretti again. Saka. Alessandro. Morales. Keba. PSG just playing the ball around a little bit now then. Nwaneri. Saka. Fantastic switch of play. Negretti again. Linesman has flagged it. Did look like it could again have been offside. Goal awarded. So this must have been very tight, I think. Yeah, the game already knows it's tight. Oh, I'm not sure. Looks like he's offside to me. Might look to change this up, but we've got a highlight by the looks of things just before the end of the first half. Free kick from deep. Casper Friis with it, and he's just going to play it. Yeah, I thought he might. Delsadas Alberto Carlos. Through for Almiron. Almiron Omar Hussein. Lobs the keeper. And scores. Now, does this stand? Were we offside in the build-up? We absolutely weren't. Fantastic goal. Perfectly timed run from Almiron in the first instance. Omar Hussein does well to bring it down and then just lobs the keeper. Fantastic. End of the first half then, 1-1. You can see from the match momentum just there, PSG have most of the momentum. We did have a good spell relatively early on. If we can get a goal, make us favourites to win. Not particularly sure, but that's what we're going to say to the team. Let's just see where we go from here. Mourinho, Omar Hussein. He's actually out on the right here at the minute, by the looks of things. Plays it through to Castro, back to Hussein. I was teching. Just playing it back and forth. Some quick pass in here. Alberto Carlos goes for a power shot. Keeper actually saves it. That must have been going in or very near. Corner for Colm. Mourinho then. Ball's clear only as far as Raphael. Needs to keep his head up and play the ball quicker there. Held onto it too long. It allows PSG to reset a little bit. RS Tekin through to the middle to Alberto Carlos. Raphael. Carlos again. Back to Castro. Needs to play it out wide to Tekin. It does. Tekin, is he going to go past his man? No, but he's going to play the through ball. Just not quite enough weight on it. Garcia manages to collect it and keeper knocks it back long. Casper Friis with a header to Mourinho. It's a long highlight is this one. Raphael then switch of play out to Francisco. Just cuts inside and then drives a little bit with the ball. Back to Castro. Francisco again. Not a great pass. Nwaneri with the ball. Negretti's just managed to take it. I think this is going to be 2-1, I think. I dare say that all happened from a sloppily placed pass. Just like we're pro-ing PSG, just trying to pull some of the players a little bit out of possession. All gets played all the way back to the keeper. But if we're going to play, we need to up this tempo a little bit, I think. Not a great attempt at getting the ball there, and I think this is going to be 4-1, and I think it's going to be curtains. I should never have managed to get across to him. Nwaneri is never going to miss that. I don't think most players in any of the football leagues will miss that. Fantastic ball. Fantastic collection and drive with it, and I think we are now done. So, with nothing to waste or lose, let's just go all out. And it is what it is after that. And there we have it then. 4-1 to PSG in the Champions League final. So, we're Premier League champions. We've won the FA Cup. We're runners-up for the Champions League. Not a bad season at all, considering. Just a shame we weren't able to get it over that final hurdle in the Champions League against PSG here. But nevertheless, we'll see what we can do next time round. And what I just saw then, just before the end of the season itself, Neff's actually got the Champions League Golden Boot. It's quite prestigious, really, there. So we're absolutely going to congratulate him. Almiron gets the Young Player of the Season. Again, congratulate him. Rio Engamora is the man that gets the goal of the season. It had to be against ourselves. And there we have it. FA Cup, Carabao Cup, Premier League, Champions League unable to win, Community Shield didn't win. 167 million in the bank. Last month we actually got 88 million. Now we made 5 million on gate receipts, 7.8 on TV. Prize money, as you can see there, £73 million. Not bad at all. And then when we look at the actual seasons, just compare it to last season. Well, last season we got 355 million. This season we've got 466. Gate receipts last time were 5.5. We've now got 17.1. TV revenue 108 million versus 106. Players sold 132 versus 122. All in all, not a bad run. I've been BenUnlocked, and if you like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you again